Imagine hiring a brilliant assistant who forgets everything about you every single morning. That is what using AI without projects feels like. Today, I will show you the one Claude feature that fixes this forever, and by the end, you will have a workspace that actually knows you. Welcome back to Claude Daily, your daily dose of practical AI skills. I am your host, and today is our deep dive into projects. We will cover setup, custom instructions, the knowledge base, real workspace examples, and the 3 mistakes that quietly ruin most people's projects. So what exactly is a project? Think of it as a labeled room inside Claude. Each room has its own filing cabinet of documents, its own standing instructions taped to the wall, and its own history of conversations. Walk into the room, and Claude already knows the context. Here is the problem projects solve. Normal chats start from zero. You paste the same background, re-explain your business, re-upload the same brief over and over. Researchers call this context loss, and it is the single biggest time drain for regular AI users. Good news on pricing. Projects are available on every plan, including free. Free accounts can create up to 5 projects, while Pro, Max, Team, and Enterprise plans get unlimited projects plus expanded knowledge capacity. So nothing today requires spending a single dollar. Let us build one right now. Go to Claude.ai, look at the left sidebar and click Projects. Then hit the New Project button in the corner. You will be asked for a name and an optional description. That is it. 10 seconds, and your room exists. Quick naming tip. Name projects after outcomes, not topics. Instead of marketing, call it Grow Newsletter to 5,000 subscribers. Instead of job stuff, call it Land a Product Manager role. Outcome names keep every chat inside, pointed at a finish line. Now the secret weapon, custom instructions. This is a text box where you tell Claude how to behave in every chat inside this project. Your role, your audience, your tone, your constraints. Write it once, and you never repeat yourself again. Here is a concrete example. Maya is a freelance brand designer. Her instructions say, I design brand identities for boutique fitness studios. My clients are non-technical. Always explain design choices in plain language. Keep proposals under 1 page and price in day rates. Notice the structure Maya used. Who I am, who this is for, how to sound, what rules never bend. 4 short parts. You do not need 1,000 words. Most great project instructions fit in under 150 words. Pause the video and steal this template. Fill in the 4 blanks for your own work, paste it into your project's instructions, and you are already ahead of 90% of Claude users. Next up, project knowledge. This is the filing cabinet. Click the knowledge section of your project and upload the documents that matter. Claude will read them and quietly reference them in every conversation inside the room without you asking. What can go in? Text files, Markdown, PDF documents, code files, spreadsheets as CSV, even images. Individual files can be up to 30 megabytes, and paid plans support around 20 files per project, so a serious knowledge base fits comfortably. Let me make that concrete with a wedding. Upload your venue contract, the caterer's menu, your guest list, and your budget spreadsheet. Now every chat can answer questions like, if we add 8 guests, which line items break the budget? Instantly, with your real numbers. Or a job hunt. Drop in your resume 3 job descriptions you love and notes from past interviews. Then every cover letter, every practice answer, every follow-up email is automatically tailored to your actual experience and the exact roles you are chasing. One more capacity note for paid users. When your uploads grow beyond what fits in a single conversation, Claude automatically switches to retrieval mode, searching your files for the relevant passages instead of reading everything at once. Capacity expands roughly 10-fold with no setting to configure. Here is how inheritance works in practice. Start any new chat from inside the project, and it silently carries the instructions and the files. You just type your actual question. No preamble, no setup, no pasted context. The first message can be 5 words long. Let us do a full walkthrough. Meet Sam, who runs a small sourdough bakery. Sam creates a project called Bakery Growth, writes instructions describing the bakery's rustic, friendly voice, and uploads the price list, the weekly production schedule, and last month's sales export. Now watch what Sam can ask with a single line. Which weekday should we close, based on sales? Write next week's Instagram captions in our voice. Draft a wholesale pitch, using our real prices. Each answer draws on the uploaded files, without Sam attaching anything. A quick but crucial habit, keep the cabinet fresh. When your price list changes or a new contract lands, swap the old file for the new one. A project quietly running on last quarter's numbers will give you confidently wrong answers. People often ask, what goes in instructions versus knowledge? Simple rule. Instructions hold how to behave. Knowledge holds what is true. Tone, format, and rules go in instructions. Facts, data, and documents go in knowledge. When in doubt, ask, is this behavior or information? Strategy time. Do not build one giant project for your whole life. Build one room per ongoing area, one for your side business, one for health and fitness, one for the kitchen renovation. Focused rooms give sharper answers because nothing irrelevant is competing for attention. Students, here is your setup. One project per course. Upload the syllabus, lecture notes, and past problem sets. Set instructions to explain like a patient tutor who asks questions instead of dumping answers. Suddenly, revision sessions feel like office hours that never close. Content creators, try this. A project holding your niche description, 3 of your best performing scripts, and your audience notes. Instructions lock in your voice. Now every ideation session, every draft, every hook rewrite sounds like you on your best day, not generic AI. Managers, one word, continuity. A project per team or per big initiative, loaded with the project charter, meeting summaries, and decision logs. Ask things like, what did we decide about the vendor in March, and why? The answer is grounded in your own records. On team and enterprise plans, projects can be shared with colleagues. Everyone works inside the same room, with the same instructions and knowledge. New teammate joins. They inherit months of context on day one, instead of interrupting 5 people to ask basic questions. Inside a busy project, chats pile up. 2 tips. First, 1 chat per task, not one endless mega chat. Second, rename chats to what they produced, like April wholesale pitch draft, so future you can find yesterday's thinking in 3 seconds. Here is a trick almost nobody uses. Start a chat and ask, based on everything in this project, what do you know about my situation and what is missing? Claude will audit its own context and tell you exactly which documents would make it smarter. Now, the 3 silent project killers. Mistake 1, dumping everything in. 40 random files bury the 5 that matter, and retrieval starts surfacing noise. Curate like a museum, not a junk drawer. If a file does not serve the mission, it does not enter the room. Mistake 2, vague instructions. Be helpful and professional tells Claude nothing. Compare that with, challenge my assumptions, cite the specific file you used, and never suggest paid advertising. Specific instructions produce specific behavior. Vague ones produce the same generic assistant you were escaping. Mistake 3, set and forget. Your first instructions are a draft, not a monument. When an answer misses, do not just fix the answer. Fix the instruction that allowed the miss. Projects compound. Each small edit upgrades every future conversation in the room. A related upgrade loop. When Claude nails exactly the tone or format you wanted, say, add that pattern to how you should always respond here, then copy the refined rule into your instructions. You are essentially training your own assistant, 1 correction at a time. 2 quick power moves before we wrap. First, seed a new project by asking Claude to draft its own instructions, describe your goal, and let it propose the 4-part recipe. Second, keep a scratch project called Sandbox for experiments, so tests never pollute your real rooms. A note on privacy, because your filing cabinet may hold sensitive contracts and financials. Project knowledge stays inside your account and your project. Still, follow the workplace rule. If a document is confidential at work, check your company's AI policy before uploading it anywhere. Let us recap the system. Create a room permission and name the outcome. Write 4-part instructions, under 150 words. Upload only files that serve the mission and keep them fresh. Then refine instructions every time an answer misses. That is the whole game. Your homework tonight takes 10 minutes. Build 1 project for the messiest ongoing thing in your life using today's template. If this saved you future hours of re-explaining yourself, subscribe and tap the bell because we publish a new Claude skill every single day. Tomorrow on Claude Daily, email. The average professional loses 11 hours a week to their inbox, and tomorrow I will show you how Claude can write, triage, and diffuse difficult emails 10 times faster. See you tomorrow, and go build that first room.